Good morning and welcome to another short devotional for Black Rock Baptist Church and also Morristown Baptist Church. And we're looking at Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 today. And I want to talk to you about the fact that we need to trust God even when we don't understand. You know, many people ask God to guarantee their success even before they try to do something that God is asking them to do. I'll do that, Lord, if you guarantee my success. But that's not faith. Faith always requires a risk. Faith means obeying even when you don't understand. For example, forgiveness never seems like a good idea before you do it, but it's one of the greatest tests of our faith. When someone hurts you, it might not feel right to forgive that person right at that moment. It may not appear just. But forgiveness is always the right choice, regardless of whether you understand it or not. Remember when you were a child and your parents told you to do something that didn't make sense to you, and later on you look back at that with 2020 hindsight and you understood your parents' perspective. Well, that's how it works with God, too. Faith is doing what's right, even when it seems at the time absurd. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding." You never know the whole picture, but my friend, God does. The Bible gives us a great example of this in the story of Gideon in Judges chapter 7. And Gideon leads 300 Israelites into battle against 135,000 enemy soldiers. The odds are 450 to 1. God had the soldiers take torches and trumpets and clay pots, a command that I'm sure Gideon thought was ridiculous. But then God told Gideon to put the clay pots over the torches so the light would be hidden at night. Next, he told him to surround the enemy's camp. God's instructions were something like this: when I tell you, you blow the trumpets and smash the jars and let the torchlight blaze out into the darkness, and it will look like a vast army surrounding the camp. The enemy is going to panic. They're going to go into full confusion and turn their swords on each other. Gideon obeyed, even though it didn't make sense to him. The Israelites blew their trumpets, broke their pots, revealed the light from their torches. The enemy soldiers woke up in shock and they started fighting against each other instead of the Israelites. And because Gideon did what God told him to do, even when he didn't understand it, the Israelites won the battle. Sometimes God asks you to do something that seems just crazy, like stepping into a difficult situation against overwhelming odds. But when you have faith, you obey him even when you don't understand what he's asking, even when you don't understand what he's doing. Like Gideon and his soldiers, you want to live by faith without risk. But God sees the big picture. He has 2020 vision. You can trust what he's asking you to do. God bless. Have a wonderful day, and until we meet again, let's continue to exchange prayers daily.